Money Madness by D.H. Lawrence. Detailed stanza voice summary. Stanza 1. Money is our madness, our vast collective madness, and of course, if the multitude is mad, the individual carries his own grain of insanity around with him. The poem opens with a powerful declaration that money has driven humanity to madness. Lawrence emphasizes that this is not just an individual affliction but a collective one. The societal obsession with money trickles down to every individual, making everyone a part of this widespread insanity. I doubt if any man living hands out a pound note without a pen, and a real tremor if he hands out a 10-pound note. We quail, money makes us quail. It has got us down. We grovel before it in a strange terror. Here, D.S. Lawrence describes the anxiety that people feel when parting with money, even in a small amounts. This illustrates the deep-seated fear and reverence that money commands. The physical reactions, quailing and trembling, highlight the power money has over people's emotion and actions. And no wonder, for money has a fearful, cruel power among men. But it is not money that we are so terrified of. It is the collective money madness of mankind. For mankind says with one voice, "How much is he worth? Has he no money? Then let him eat dirt and go cold." Here, D.H. Lawrence explains that the fear is not of money itself, but of the societal obsession with it. He criticizes the way society measures a person's worth by their financial status. Those without money are marginalized, forced to endure poverty and suffering. This collective madness dehumanizes people, reducing their value to mere monetary terms. And if I have no money, they will give me a little bread so I do not die, but they will make me eat dirt with it. Then I shall have to eat dirt, I shall have to eat dirt if I have no money. In this stanza, D.S. Lawrence poignantly describes the humiliation and degradation faced by those who lack money. Even when society offers minimal help, it comes at the cost of dignity. The repeated phrase, "eat dirt," underscores the dehumanizing condition imposed on the poor, highlighting the cruelty of a system that values money over humanity. It is that I am afraid of, and that fear can become a delirium. It is a fear of money-mad fellow men. Here in this stanza, D.S. Lawrence shifts the focus to his personal fear, not of poverty itself, but of the dehumanizing treatment from a society obsessed with money. This fear can drive individuals to madness, showing how the collective insanity of valuing money over people can have severe psychological effects. We must have some money to save us from eating dirt. In this stanza, D.S. Lawrence presents a stark reality. Money is necessary to avoid the indignities and suffering imposed by a money-mad society. However, Lawrence implies that this necessity is a tragic consequence of the collective obsession with wealth. And this is all wrong. With this simple statement, D.H. Lawrence condemns the current state of society. He asserts that the need for money to maintain basic human dignity is fundamentally wrong, highlighting the moral failure of a system that equates worth with the wealth. Bread should be free, shelter should be free, fire should be free to all and anybody, all over the world. Here in this stanza, D.S. Lawrence advocates for a radical change in societal values. He believes that essential needs like food, shelter, and warmth should be accessible to everyone without the need for money. This vision of a more humane society contrasts sharply with the existing reality, underscoring the poem's call for reform. And at the end, poet says, "We must regain our sanity about money before we start killing one another about it. It is one thing or the other." And the poem concludes with a warning and a call to action. Lawrence urges society to regain its sanity regarding money before the obsession leads to even a greater conflict and violence. The choice is clear: either humanity redefines its values and prioritizes human welfare, or it continues down a path of destruction driven by money madness. At the end conclusion, In Money Madness by D.S. Lawrence, it provides a profound critique of societal obsession with money and its dehumanizing effects. The poem's themes revolve around the tyranny of money, fear and dehumanization, a critique of capitalism, the need for humanitarian approach, and a collective insanity driven by wealth. Though vivid imagery and poignant language, Lawrence calls for a revaluation of values, urging society to prioritize human needs and relationship over financial gain. The poem serves as a powerful reminder of the dangers of allowing money to dictate our lives and necessary of reclaiming our humanity. Themes of Money Madness. There are various themes of the poem. Let us see one by one. First is the tyranny of money. The poem delves into how money has become a powerful and oppressive force dictating human behavior and relationship. The collective obsession with wealth leads to fear, anxiety, and a loss of moral values. Second, we have fear and dehumanization. D.S. Lawrence illustrates how the fear of poverty and the reverence for money dehumanize people. The terror of not having money drives individuals to degrade themselves and others, losing their dignity and humanity in the process. Third, we have critique of capitalism. The poem critiques the capitalist system that places monetary values above human needs and relationship. It questions the societal norms that judge a person's worth based on their financial status. Fourth, need for humanitarian approach. D.H. Lawrence advocates for a society where basic needs such as food, shelter, and warmth are considered fundamental rights, not commodities. He calls for revaluation of values to prioritize human welfare over financial gain. And the last but not the least, collective insanity. The poem portrays the obsession with the money as a form of collective madness, affecting not just individual but society as a whole. This collective mentality leads a vivacious cycle of fear, greed, and dehumanizations. This is how the poet D.S. Lawrence has discussed about the various themes and the detailed stanza-wise summary of the poem Money Madness. Thank you so much.